Hello, YouTube. That sound is the old Capcom sound, and that means today's another retro games review. You might hear this music, it's very ominous. This is Eye of the Beholder, which was an advanced Dungeons and Dragons game for originally the PC, but it got ported to SNES and Sega CD and a whole bunch of other things. And prior to this, if you were a Dungeons and Dragons fan, there wasn't really much for you. You might notice I'm re-rolling a lot. I hear that stats are very important in this game, with the exception of charisma, which is a dump stat in this, and will be the first of many games to come with a dump stat. Prior to this, you had a game called Dungeon Master, which was like a 3D grid-based game. Originally it was released on the Amiga, and this one came out later. It got ported to the SNES and to the PC and etc. So this one originally was in DOS, and you'll see that it's fairly mouse heavy. This character here I'm going to make is Renessa, because you make a party. Renessa is my wife's character. She's going to be human, female paladin with red hair, like my wife. She just pulled a funny face. We're going to roll good stats for her, if we can. And, so the idea is you make a party, you have a front row and a back row, and obviously you put your tanks in the front row, and you put your spellcasters in the back row. And then we'll get chucked into a dungeon in a 3D maze style, and then we'll walk around, and then there'll be like some goblins and ghouls and things that you gotta burst with your swords and things. You start off with like no equipment. It had a cool storyline, but it was mostly just like a maze game. As you can see here, I got a good roll and I completely messed it up because I'm a tool. So we're just gonna click till we get some good rolls here. But this pretty legit uses Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which is second ed rules pretty much. Overall, like I said, I'm going to name it Renessa, which is what my wife's main character is in actual D&D. So yeah, if you're a D&D fan, there wasn't much for you up until this point. Now this game came out in 1991. Like I said, there was the Dungeon Master, but it was a bit different. It wasn't quite the same as this game. Renessa's not going to fit, but I'm only going to put one S in there. Which leaves me with two other characters. I'm going to make a cleric and a mage. And let's see, what have we got here? So like both are going to be cleric mages, I think. Or maybe a cleric thief. We'll see. I can't do that with a dwarf, however, which is unfortunate. Let's go back. Anyway, so yeah, so you spent a long time making your role-playing character. Many magazines of the time called this genre the CRPG, standing for Computer Role-Playing Game. That's a title that's not gonna catch on, spoiler alert. And like many other RPGs to come, you spend the time making the character. This is obviously not as intensive as others. But yeah, and Dungeons and Dragons is such a good source for video games, I think, because it already has, I guess, the game mechanic all worked out, like a way of making it fairly, straightforward. That's a pretty good roll. We might keep that one. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Witch Lady for this one, and, for authenticity, because she's a bot, we might call her Bot. But we'll spell it funny, I think. Anyway, so yeah, like you'd pick your things and they'd get spells and fighters. Again, you're starting to see that class thing. You see that in Final Fantasy. And yeah, that sort of stuff happens. While we're waiting for me to finish making characters, the next one, it's going to be a thief. I think I might call her Thief or Tifa. And yeah, we'll just go through all that business. And she should be a cleric as well, so that we can, get the heals. So, one of the things that I do want to pose to you guys, I would like to start playing a game all the way through, rather than just doing these little reviews. I don't know what you feel about that, but I would like to give that a go. So if you have any suggestions for games, please comment them down below, or I know a lot of my viewers actually know me in real life. Please pass that through. And yeah, we'll start doing a playthrough of an actual game and for the Retro Games Review, and maybe finish it up. I've got some school holidays coming up, so I'm hoping to burn some hours playing some games and making videos for you guys, and then upload them as we go. Yeah, so have a think about that. Please put that in the video description down the bottom, or sorry, the comment box down below, or you know, hit me up on the Facebook page or the Twitter or whatever, and let me know. So there we go. We've got all our characters made. Sorry that took such a long time. Here we go. So you come into this dungeon and it crumbles down. Now, I know on the DOS game there was actually a video for that. Spoiler alert, later on you fight a beholder, and that is the thing for that. You know, like that's there. Oh, there's a skeleton up here. Can I click it? As you can see, it's a very mouse-intensive game, which doesn't necessarily translate to the gamepad, right? And you have to click very specific parts of the thing. So that skeleton's disappeared when I've moved up. Okay, interesting. Anyway, so you see here you've got your characters. You know, we've got our 4 characters, and each one of them has two actions. So one of them might be, like you can see, they've got a sword, and Arjade's got a dagger, and Renessa's got a hand. And you click things like, see this rock here, we're going to click that. You never know when a rock might come in handy in the dungeon. I'm sure you throw it or something, but maybe it's part of a puzzle later on. I don't know. And we might drag and drop that onto Tifa. So, there you go. Oh, it's saying I can't go that way. Oh, I'm trying to turn, and I'll press the button to turn. Oh, let's get back to that. Yeah, your buttons do different things. I'm still playing around with the buttons. Oh, look, we're right back to the start. So later on you find out the thing that caved you in was the beholder. And, let's go up here. That is an awkwardly shaped handle. Well, let me press it. Nope, it's too small. I've got to get closer. That's what she said. Alright, so it's not so bad up close. It looks pretty bad from afar. Alright, so, oh, there's a goblin. Okay, so here we go. Combat. Oh, I hit it with the sword and it died and left a bunch of bones. So, literally, it's that simple. You just click, click, click. You can see how having an actual mouse would make it super fast and awesome. Now, I'm trying to click whatever that gold thing is, but it's not letting me click it. So again, it's very finicky, very similar to Baldur's Gate, the Enhanced Edition on the iPad when it first came out. They've fixed that up now, but you know, if you're not clicking the exact right spot, it's not going to be your friend, which on a mouse game is not a problem, but on a gamepad game, oh man, that's going to suck. That being said, this would translate really awesomely to a tablet game. Oh, there we go, I just wasn't close enough. They are lockpicks. So we'll give them to our thief, Tifa. Oh, they don't stack. There's no stacking. No stacking. Alright, let's turn and see how we go. So yeah, you can see this game would be very easy to get lost in this dungeon. I wouldn't want to be playing it for a long time. Oh, we got another door. It's got a little blue button. I'm hoping that I just press it and there's no dramas. Oh, let's just click it once. Alright. So like I said, again, you know, with the gamepad, it's pretty tricky to make things happen. Going through some zigzags. Like, it would be so easy to get lost. I do like the textures, though. Like, when you compare these textures to, say, something like Doom, you know, like, that's, they're pretty good. But you have to understand that Doom was rendering them in real time, whereas this, they are backgrounds, and things get put in the way. Oh, here we go. We got some goblins. We've got 4 goblins. This is a real battle. Alright, so sword. You can hit him with your hand. We're going to throw a dagger at him, but completely miss. And the back row can't reach with their maces, so good job. How do I get them to cast a spell? I don't know. Meanwhile, let's get back to hitting them so we don't just die blatantly. Alright, oh, I don't have any spells memorized. So, Dungeons & Dragons fans, you'll know you have to memorize spells. I ain't got nothing. So, that was a poor decision on my part. So, find some goblins. I'm assuming they're goblins. They might be kobolds, so I'd assume they're goblins. Got one guy left. They're dropping little daggers. There we go. We got him. with our tanky ranger and paladin combo. Good job, Arjade and Renessa. Take some experience points. Now, I'm going to work out how to do spells. Things. Oh, I'm going to pick up stuff. Let's loot the room first. We got rations. So the other part of this game was food, right? So you're trapped in this dungeon, and like the HP bar, you've got this food bar, and you get hungry as you go along. So you really have to work out when to use your food and when not to. And yeah, it's a very tricky game, like when you consider all the things that are involved. We're just going to take all these things. Or not. The dagger seemed pretty useless. Is that a sword or a dagger? I don't know. It looks like a sword. It's a dagger. Yeah, so here we are. I can't even remember which way the start is. But yeah, like I said, textures. So unlike Doom where it was rendering it in real time, these textures are, it's just a background painted, which is why they can be a lot more intricate than what we're going to see later on in other games. Like I said, like Doom or Wolfenstein and things like that. Because it's not actually rendering it, it's just a flat screen. Oh, we got a letter, but I have no idea how to read it. I'm still trying to work out how everything works in this game, so you have to excuse me. This game was pretty popular. It had 2 sequels. It had Eye of the Beholder, which is this one. It then had Eye of the Beholder, some kind of a... I can't remember what the second one was, but the third one was called Ruins of Mithranor, which, if you're a fan of, the Forgotten Realms, Mithranor is a big deal. So, again, this one is set in Waterdeep. The Lords of Waterdeep are the ones who send you down here to begin with. That is a lot of monsters, and it's too late to... I can't fight them all. I'm going to get my butt handed to me. Let's see how we go. Miss. Yeah, no spells available to us. You see I set up the, cleric spell and the mage spell, and Arjade's about to die, so let's GTFO, mofos! We're gonna die! Goblins. Have you ever been killed by a pack of goblins in the Dungeons & Dragons game, or computer game, in your very first sort of session, your first day? This is pretty bad. But the good thing is we can run faster than they can run because they're programmed, but there's zigzags and stuff that you got to take into account. But yeah, there you go. Let's get out this door. We're gonna die! Are they coming after us? Here they come! Haha, take that, suckers. Yeah, what do you got? Nothing. You don't know how to open a door. Yeah, stupid goblins. Alright, so before we fight them, you can see their feet under the grate as they come up. Let's quickly see if we need to heal up and we need to get some spells. So there's the memorized spells. I've pressed start to pull this menu up. I didn't realize. I don't know what petition is. Shocking Grasp, Magic Missile. Magic Missile looks good because Shocking Grasp, you have to be close. Shopping Grasp is very different. You do that in a shop. It's in a store. So you get items. And Shield, obviously. Oh, Melf's Acid Arrow. That's a very powerful spell, but I don't have any spell slots for that. Let's see. Tifa. What do you got? Memorize spells. Only bot can memorize spells. What about priest spells? Well, let me click. No. Wonder what else. Scribe Scrolls, maybe? I've clicked her, and no, it's gone back to the bot. Sorry, guys, while I get confused here and mess all this up. You don't have any scrolls to scribe. Ah, here we go. Okay, so we get to choose... Petition must mean like petition to your god. Again, very specific D&D terminology. I'm a massive fan of D&D. We're just gonna go all cure light wounds because that's why you're a cleric, is to cure my wounds, and that is it. There's no other reason for you to exist if you're a cleric, but to heal my mains. And we're gonna choose bot because she can do it too. So you can see how having these combo classes is really powerful. Because basically in this game, it's just exactly how you would want it. You get 4 of each, and or 2 of each, or whatever it is. You get the full amount of spells for both classes, so it's pretty easy to power game this out. We're just going to rest our party till healed, which again, very cool. Very cool feature for such an early game to have. Oh, Do we need to put them in again? No, they're all remembered. So that's really good. So, you know, such a strong... You need to know what you're doing, because, like, I can imagine if you were just new to this, you'd be like, why can't any of my guys hit? And it's knowing that there's a front row and a back row is very important. Alright, let's get through this. Bang, bang. Alright, let's cast Magic Missile. Oh yeah, them graphics. Look at that. Look at that graphics. That's amazing. Alright, bam, bam. He's dead. We got daggers. We don't care about daggers. Daggers are like nothing. Alright, so... That's pretty good spot to leave it, I think. I think we're happy with that. Yeah, so this game, it looks awesome. I wouldn't mind playing this one for a bit more, but I think it'd be quite tedious as a video if that's what we were going to do. So I don't think I'm going to do this one as a playthrough. But please do tell me what video games you'd like to see me do a run through of, and we'll do like a 15-minute block. So we're going to save and exit. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like, subscribe. Please tell one friend about us. Just tell one friend, get them to watch. And yeah, that'd be awesome. Thanks, guys. Ciao for now.